Weapons don't have instincts. Weapons don't have loyalty. Weapons don't have judgment. Soldiers do. What happens when the soldier becomes the weapon?
What's up, goats? Well, we're at BO3 now. I will admit this is probably my #2 favorite Call of Duty of all time. There's a ton of reasons why that we'll get into later, but the campaign is... I don't know. So is the campaign as good as the rest of the game? No, it's not. But let's try to have some fun making fun of this shit game.
The NRC are gonna be here soon. We got about 1 minute to create the mother of all distractions.
This mission introduces you as player. Seriously? Okay. You and Hendricks are CIA members here to extract the Ethiopian Prime Minister from these NCR dudes.
Get down! Let's get this done!
So you move down the stairs and move outside disguised as the enemy. You take this guard out and follow Hendricks very slowly. And this is the first game where you actually get to see your feet. Nice. You start looking through the cams to find the minister. And the fucking voice actor for player sucks dick.
You sound like the voice of experience.
Trust me, I am.
You find the minister and start moving to rescue him. You get to fight and it's a pretty standard area, even though the AI seems kind of retarded. You reach a cell block and breach the observation room, then shit on everyone. Then the minister asks if he can go to McDonald's on the way home.
Fuck! Alright, let's go!
Now you go to rescue this guy named Khalil. You start fighting in this area and clear it out. You reach this elevator and start heading up and these guys get the drop on you. But then Taylor and his team rescue you.
Late. Your imaginary watch is fast.
Wait, that's the guy from Law & Order. They go invisible and just disappear. Move into the hangar and have to follow Diaz. You get to another hangar and shoot the missiles and destroy the APC. You head outside and this lady named Hall shows the wall run, something brand new to Black Ops 3. You run to the bridge for exfil and...
Taylor, primary exfil is compromised.
Now you have to move to secondary exfil. Then you get to use this dog shit ass night vision that doesn't really help at all. Taylor takes out this VTOL and you start pushing out. You reach this alley and a ton of robots start moving in. Now you can use the APC to extract. And there's some dialogue that suggests Taylor doesn't care about humans anymore or some shit, I don't know. Now it's the turret section, and a fucking long one. After about 3 minutes of the turret, you get launched out of the APC and have to escort the minister to the drop pod and defend it. You go to get in and...
Get your ass over here now! Get your ass over here now! Move! Move! Move!
That's bullshit. There's like 4,000 times where I could have gotten in. You get captured by robots and what are they gonna do? Just like punch you or something? Taylor rescues you and the mission ends. I'll go to 4 out of 10. Super forgettable and the whole campaign just seems lazy.
Downtown Zurich.
Hey. Still with us?
This mission takes place in the player's mind or some shit. You're on a train and it's carrying a special AI.
At 7:31 a.m., a terrorist group detonated an explosive device on board this train.
Now Taylor tells you that you have a DNI, which I don't even know how to explain. It's kind of like the Force in the way that everyone and everything that has technology in it, you're connected to. Now you get transported to some factory.
11:30 a.m., December 11th, 2054. Zurich security forces receive an anonymous tip giving them the location of a hideout the terrorists are using. They got caught with their pants down, and they took it hard. Outcome? Train go boom.
Now your objective is to find out who the leader of the terrorist cell is that made Train go boom. At this point you meet Diaz, and he starts teaching you the basics, including this tactical mode that looks really fucking ugly. You also learn how to wall run and hack drones and shit. See, it's pretty much the Force. Now in the drone you have to go and destroy a generator to get the door open. After you destroy it, it takes you back in player mode and move with Diaz down into this warehouse. I hacked this turret and shit on these dudes, but eventually you reach this room with robots, and this is where your guy gets PTSD and starts like shitting himself. Then the game has like 20 cuts for like no reason. This shit is not edited, by the way, at all. Anyway, you hack the console and find this dude who betrayed this company called Coalescence, since they made that one AI. Holy shit, what the fuck? Then Taylor comes in. So now you get transported to take the dude out. Man, they love using that time stop effect, huh? Now you get introduced to Sarah Hall, who Taylor trained himself. You start chasing this dude, and I don't know what it is, but this whole campaign just seems like fan-made. Like it wasn't made by a AAA studio. You finally catch this dude, and Jesus, another time stop. You scan his DNI and get the info that the terrorists are using a train tunnel as a hideout. So you get transported there, and holy fuck, can I play the game. You get introduced to Morelli, the last member of Taylor's squad. You finally get to play and have to fight your way through the tunnels. You reach the end and hack the computer, then get transported onto the train. You run through the train using this lackluster melee move. You hop up the train and get to use a ground pound move. You reach the car where the bomb is, and
It's too much! Even with the computer in my head, there's not enough time!
It's actually very simple.
Wait. This is a maglev train.
then the mission ends. I'll give it a 3 out of 10. It was super fucking confusing, and I hate simulation missions.
Oh man, I can't even begin to tell you how good this tastes.
5 years after the last mission, this one starts with Hendrix eating a chocolate bar. You hop out and are on your way. Your objective is to find the CIA black site, which has gone dark. This is when the 54 Immortals get introduced. They're an organization that was formed in the wake of the Coalescence disaster that killed over 300,000 people. You see these two get their fucking heads blown off. God damn, say what you want about Black Ops 3, but the gore was top notch. You get to use this micro missile launcher that locks onto targets and is super OP. Once you make it past, you start moving up this hill and have to anchor yourself down since the wind is so strong. The mechanic is kind of gimmicky and doesn't even work sometimes. Now you start to move in and have to anchor against the waves. You start to fight while having to anchor, which really isn't a big deal. You now have to cross the dock to get to the ship. You clear the area and breach the door.
Storm's about to hit! Hang on!
Another big ass ship moves in and you jump to it and get launched into the subway. You swim down, and this is one of the few areas in the game that actually looks good. You get out of the subway and start fighting. You enter the building and clear it. You get another cutscene where this dude shooting at you, and this chick named Kane shows up. You start moving to sabotage the 54 Eyes communications. You move into this building and clear it out. That was unnecessary. Once you hack it, you start to move to the CIA black site. Then a fucking building falls. You move through it and zipline across. You clear the area and head inside. Once in, you find a bunch of mutilated corpses, suspected to be the work of the 54i, but Kane thinks it was Taylor's team since they were there last. Hendrix gets pissy and the mission ends. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It was pretty boring and generic.
The 54 Immortals have never been stronger. Singapore Armed Forces, CIA, no one will touch us.
This mission starts with you talking to this 54i dude named Danny Lee, and you and Hendrix are posing as arms dealers. Yo, is that Marshall Lynch in the background? Then this waiter dude brings some drinks.
Fool! You shame us in front of our guests.
Then this cutscene goes on for 4 fucking minutes. God damn. Finally, this bitch who's the leader of the 54i walks in with her brother and... With the brother dead, the sister somehow escapes and you start chasing her. Your objective here is to recover the stolen data drives from the CIA black site from the last mission. You fight in this clusterfuck of an area, and I'm like... Ready? I shit on these civilians by accident. I mean, look at this fucking gore. Beautiful. You clear another area and reach this door when you have to fight a big ass robot. You basically just shoot the shit out of it. You get inside and start heading up when the 54i lady starts uploading the data to the public. You hack the door and knock that bitch out. You then get to use her hand to stop it. Hendrix starts to hack the console, so you have to defend him. It's only for like 3 minutes and it's pretty easy. You zipline up for extraction, but that shit gets shot down. You slide down and start heading toward the extraction point. You get to go on these zip lines, and the pistol looks weird as fuck when you aim in. You reach the last tree and zipline up while Michael Bay happens behind you. Then you jump. You now swim to the docks and hop in the hovercraft while Kane's driving. I don't know why Hendricks decided to prone on the floor instead of just using the other turret, but whatever. The whole sequence is just ass. Everything you shoot explodes in one hit, and the pathing of the hovercraft is so weird. Like, look at this shit. Looks like it was made in Gmod. You finally escape and the mission ends. I'll give it a 3 out of 10. I don't know why they had a 4-minute cutscene at the start.
Taylor's team were responding to a priority alert signal. It originated from nearly a mile below the old Coalescence facility.
This mission, you're sent to Singapore, to ground zero of the Coalescence disaster, to see if you can find an explanation for Taylor's betrayal. Now, in this mission, it's very clear that they only playtested it with 4 people. By the way, if you didn't know, the Black Ops 3 campaign is co-op. But you get this huge-ass area filled with enemies that's like impossible to clear. I don't know how you would do this shit on realistic. You find another big-ass robot, but this time it has a missile defense system, so you gotta shoot it until that's down, and then hit it with 4 to 5 rockets. You enter the building and start to head deeper inside. Now at this point, Hendricks is in denial about Taylor and his squad betraying the CIA, so he acts like a bitch the whole game pretty much. You jump and have to parkour your way down. You reach the bottom and there's 54i there, so you clear the area. You keep heading down and some bullshit happens to me.
What?
You head inside and the robots are acting all crazy. You're finally at the bottom and a ton of robots just ambush you. You clear them out and jump down this hole, and it's dark as fuck, so you gotta use this shitty night vision thing. You head even deeper, and they did a really shitty job disguising this as an ambush. You survive it and start moving again, and I don't even know what happened there, I just get shit on. You hack this door and see there's a bunch of bodies, and it turns out it's human DNI trials. Now Hendricks starts questioning the CIA and Kane. You start heading down and reach this lab area where you get ambushed again. You get out of there and more fucking ambushes. Okay, finally you enter this elevator and hear Diaz from Taylor's squad. He's the one controlling the robots, which means his brain is about to fucking explode. You reach this boss arena and have to fight Diaz. In order to take him out, you have to destroy these batteries, then climb up to the tower and drop a nade in there. After you beat him, Hendricks goes to interface with Diaz and gets robot AIDS or some shit. Then he says that Taylor is going after the only 2 surviving members of the Coalescence disaster. Now the leader of the 54i shows up and just floods the tunnels. Now you have to fucking backtrack to the start. At least you get sucked into this thing and it somehow takes you all the way to near the surface. You swim up and this long ass mission ends. I go to 5 out of 10 honestly. Just really long and has you fighting robots every 5 seconds.
Kane, we're at the perimeter wall. Just leaving the quarantine zone.
Holy fuck, last mission was long. Hopefully this one isn't. Your objective is to rescue Kane. Since last mission, Taylor released the location of all CIA safe houses. Wow, this mission actually looks decent. You head up the stairs and I let these people die because I'm actually the villain. Now just like 30 dudes spawn out of nowhere. You start heading down this alley that looks really nice in my opinion. You clear the alley and I try to save Chen, but he was destined to die. Now you have to sneak through this meat shop while they no rushing the civs outside. You go to the door and Taylor contacts you, basically saying that the CIA bad, me good. He also says that the 54i are good while seeing them burning these fuckers alive. I honestly hate the voice acting in this game. It's so dog shit.
Taylor! Kane, Taylor just jacked into our comm.
Now, I start sneaking around, but I think you can just kill everyone here. You head up onto this roof and get a damn good view of the burning city. Now comes the stealth section, where you get to choose your own path, which is nice. After making it through, you open this door and Hendricks somehow teleports up there. Kane gets in contact and is in trouble, so you open the door and just see war. You can use this grenade launcher, but it's just the LMG because they didn't make a model for it. Another big-ass robot busts through the wall, and I spend nearly 2.5 minutes taking it out because the nade launcher is dog shit. You then see the safe house and it's fucked, but you decide to go in anyway. You clear the area and a big hero 6s you. Hendricks is being a bitch, so you head in alone, and Evans gets fucked by the robots. You head up the stairs and reach the room and see that Kane is somehow still alive. Then the 54i bitch jumps you, but that's what you stupid fucking bitch. But then the mission ends. Honestly, not too bad, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. The stealth was alright, and that gore at the end was nice.
still with us?
This mission, you track one of the two people Taylor's looking for in Cairo. You walk slow as fuck up the stairs till you reach Khalil. Remember the dude you saved in the first mission? But he's acting like we never met before. They have the doc captured, so now we just gotta interrogate him.
How are you still holding on?
You can thank Raul Menendez.
What? Raul Menendez was a hypocritical egomaniac. He thought he could make a better world by fucking everything up.
Yeah, that one line is the only time they mentioned BO2 in the whole campaign. You reach the room and spike the doc's drink with something. Now Hendricks puts on this fake tough guy act and just yells a lot. Then he asks the question.
What is the frozen forest?
Now the NRC are attacking, so you head out the door. Now you gotta clear the place of robots. After that, you, Hendricks, and Khalil kick this door down and walk to this truck. You hop in and it takes you to the choke point. Now you have to use a spike launcher that I kill myself with immediately. But the plan is to use a spike launcher to cave in the street so they can't get through. You spot the weak spots and head over to it and plant a spike in the ground and blow it. After doing that 4 more times, it's time to blow the street. You're finally done, motherfucker. I know it sounds like I'm bitching about the mission length, but each of the missions lasts about 30 to 45 minutes. And since most of the missions are pretty bad, it's super painful. Anyway, now you have to fight through the street and reach this down VTOL. And this is when my game decides to take a shit and kick me to the menu. But you open the cargo door and see if anyone's still inside. The pilot's alive, but not for long though.
Get out of there!
You get out and have to fight another big ass robot, and I gotta say, this might be my least favorite part of the game. The damn robot just takes so many shots, dude. You finally take it out and, are you fucking kidding me? Another one, and I fucking get shit on. After about 2,000 minutes of fighting, are you fucking serious? They definitely didn't test this shit out for single player. You have to fight 3 of these motherfuckers and spend 4.5 minutes in this area. Finally, it cuts to black. Oh, they just sent in like 40 more. Nice. Now Khalil's acting pissy. Hendricks sucker punches you, but it's chill. Then the mission ends. That's a 2 out of 10 mission. Most of it was just killing those fucking robots. Fucking shit lord.
Egyptian allies are in position. They have the building surrounded. Waiting for our go.
This mission, you track the doctor to this embassy. So you pull up outside. Then
Hold on!
You crash land and have to fight Sarah Hall, the blonde bitch from Taylor's squad. The fight consists of shooting at her, then shooting at her some more, and then finally shooting at her. You get her down and interface with her, which was really stupid since obviously they got some sort of virus, since Hendricks has been acting weird ever since connecting with Diaz, but whatever. Now you're in this weird dream world. I think you're in Hall's mind or some shit. You walk to the last tree and...
You ruined it. You ruined it and I'm leaving.
Okay, this game has officially lost me. Then the fucking baby disintegrates, and then you see the Black Project before the disaster. Then this AI named Corvus is born. He releases Nova 6 on them, and that's what killed 300,000 people. What the fuck? Now Sarah Hall is talking about how they were sent there, blah blah blah. Now you see Taylor's squad actually at the scene before Corvus infected them. Since they saw what actually caused the Singapore disaster, the CIA wanted to silence them, but not before Taylor tries to hack this machine and gets infected.
Sarah? Can you hear me?
Alright, now we're at Battle of the Bulge in World War II for some reason. Yeah guys, I don't really know what's going on here, so let's just roll with it. You now have to follow Sarah Hall while trying not to get shit on by Nazis. Alright, how far are we into the 10 minutes? Now you fucking reach this one area where the floors start falling and shit, then fucking dogs spawn and then just shit on me. So he finally stops and says some shit, then disappears. Now you gotta cross the canyon. What the fuck am I playing? You enter the light and Hall says they returned to the site for debriefing and were marked for termination. Then they just go ham on those fuckers. Then you fall again for some reason and need to follow Hall again. I mean, at least there's this cool reverse effect that plays all the time. You then reach this house where you start walking on the wall on some Inception shit. You have to take out this Panzer and move into this church. Then a Panzer bursts through the wall and what the fuck? Motherfucker just transformed into the shitty robot. After you take it out and Hall says,
I remember it. Am I losing my mind?
Okay, so now Hall is explaining what they did and how the doc is the only one who knows about the frozen forest. You're now watching Hall, Taylor, and Moretti arguing and see that they're in some kind of old aqueducts or something. Now it cuts to them talking to the doc, and Taylor says that the DNI were made to control the minds of people. And then he asks about the forest, but the doc said it's just a made up thing that they would tell their patients to calm them down. Then the doc blames Sebastian Kruger, the head of the DNI project. Then Taylor shits on him. Hall doesn't think any of this is real, but unfortunately it is.
Said the frozen forest isn't real. It was just a way of calming down test subjects, controlling them. You've been chasing something that doesn't exist.
I think I know what this is. I know what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck anymore. You take out zombies for like 5 minutes and finally shoot and kill Sarah Hall. A nuke spawns. What the fuck? Hendricks is just on fire. So now you got robot aids and the player confirms that Corvus is controlling Taylor and his squad. What the fuck was that? 3 out of 10. I don't even know how to rate something like that. And the funny part is I did cut some stuff out, but not even that much. So I was just as confused as you guys are.
The NRC has already made their move. They've established a makeshift network of air defenses on the upper platform.
Copy that, Khalil. We are inbound. Priority 1 is elimination of NRC defense systems. Okay, let's clear the way for the Egyptian infantry assault.
What about Taylor?
So after the clusterfuck that was the last mission, you find out where Taylor is from Hall and get to use this jet to dogfight other jets. And the controls on the mouse are really bad. You gotta use the whole ass mouse pad. After taking out air defenses, you land and have to open this tower so Kane can hack it. You now have the defender. After that, you hop back into the VTOL and have to take out some more anti-air. You land again and have to do the same shit you just did. You get back into the VTOL and head to another landing spot where you go after Taylor. You start swimming and Corvus starts fucking with you and you almost drown. Kane says you got robot aids and are about to die. These two seem romantically involved all of a sudden. You enter this room and fight some robots. You start swimming and fight these fuckers under the water. You get outside and hop back in the jet and fly around for another 3 minutes. Now you get the camera feed on where Taylor is. He leaves, but Moretti is still inside, so you land and go after him. You enter the hangar and start tracking Moretti through the cams. Now Hendricks is going off the rails and starts blabbing about how Taylor is the good guy and how you shouldn't trust Kane. Then Moretti tries to fucking snipe you. Now you have to move cover to cover in order to get close enough to kill Moretti. You reach him and...
The world knows the truth.
You're a traitor. Your truth has killed more people than you can count.
I know we did what was right. Can you say the same?
Falcon kick!
Hendricks says some shit and you rock his ass. You two decide to go after Taylor using the power of friendship. Now the building is being bombed, so you get the fuck out of there and jump into the jet. Then the mission ends. I'll give it a 2 out of 10. I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore, guys. Sorry.
Once Hakim is dead, we get to the security station. Then we drop the dead system. Then, the uprising will truly begin.
I don't give a shit about your uprising.
This mission, you help Khalil take back Cairo and start the Cairo uprising. You move through a cyberpunk-looking tower till you reach his door.
How the hell did you... Citizens of Cairo! Now is your time! Take back your city!
Now you start heading to Taylor's location while your DNI is acting up. You move through killing a ton of fools and start venting with Hendricks. You reach his room and have to clear it. After that, you hack the console and start to have a hallucination. You see Taylor just chilling there and start moving to take him out. You reach this prison area and see Taylor behind some bulletproof glass. Then you see Taylor control the robots. You chase after Taylor and see the NCR's robots turn on them. While chasing Taylor, reality becomes constantly blurry and not right. You climb up this wall and reach to the outside where you gotta run across this crumbling bridge. You again start chasing Taylor while killing a metric fuck ton of bots. You take the elevator up and reach the top when like 100 robots come out of nowhere and Hendricks holds them off while you go for Taylor. You reach the roof and Taylor got a fucking mothership. Now you have to fight it by taking out its 4 front engines. You get to use the death machine, which is pretty cool. The mothership crashes on you and you're hurt pretty badly. Taylor comes out and says,
"It must grow. It wants everybody."
You can fight it, Taylor. You can fight it.
Get it out.
Then he stabs himself with his invisible knife and takes out his DNI. So Corvus is out of Taylor's mind. So that's actually the real Taylor talking.
No!
Welp. Okay. You still got Hendricks and yourself with the Corvus virus. And he takes the mothership I just shot down. And then you ask Kane to fix you. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about here, but she leaves her bandana and walks away. Then the mission ends. Wait. Wasn't Taylor wearing that bandana in the first mission? Anyway, I'll give it a 3 out of 10. It was so fucking long. You were just shooting robots the whole time. But Taylor's finally dead.
I've never seen anything like this. All systems, citywide, military and civilian, are in total meltdown. We've got cars crashing, planes falling out of the sky, electrical, gas fires spreading throughout the city.
This mission is 45 fucking minutes. Why, Treyarch? You motherfuckers. This mission, Hendricks goes actually insane and attacks a Coalescence headquarters in Germany. The city is in full-out war. You move into this parking garage and start fighting robots. Once you leave, you walk through this ship and reach the main battlefield. And this part pissed me off more than any other part in this game. There are 2 smaller robots on each side. When you take those 2 out, 2 more spawn on each side. You also have to kill 3 big robots. Fuck you, Treyarch. You finally get inside and, surprise, start fighting robots. But at least this one you can just shoot the shit out of it until it dies. Once you leave this room, you drop down and head through this door. You see a ton of Nova 6, so you hack the console and Kane realizes that it can only be vented from the inside. Psych, she got trolled by a fucking computer and dies. You move to the door and hack it. Now you meet Hendricks, where he has Sebastian Kruger captive. You tell Hendricks not to move, but he kills Kruger, so you kill Hendricks. Then you kill yourself. Now this is where things get fucking wacky. Hendricks and you get transported into the frozen forest, and he shows you Corvus. And what Corvus does is keep your conscience alive through the DNI, even while your body is dead. So everyone you see here is dead. Corvus demands answers from Kruger, and he explains that the DNI was made to read people's minds so that they can stop terrorists before they even do anything. Corvus now has Kruger hung up, and Kruger just roasts the fuck out of Corvus.
You're a glitch, an anomaly, a mistake.
Now Taylor is in here for some reason. I'm gonna go through these parts very quickly here. The first area shows you a mirror, and as you get closer, you see that you are Taylor. What the fuck? Now is the tedious part. You have 3 areas to fight through, and at the end of each area is a heart you have to burn. After you burn the 3 hearts, a player, aka Taylor, purges his DNI. Now you start walking through the building, seeing a ton of dead bodies. You reach the outside and...
Imagine yourself
What's your name, soldier?
in a frozen forest.
I said, what's your name?
Taylor.
I don't know what the that was.
Then the game ends. Another clusterfuck mission, so 4 out of 10. I don't even know, dude. Now that was a confusing piece of shit, right? Now what if I told you that they did that on purpose and that Black Ops 3 has one of the best stories in the franchise? Whoa, wait a second. Now just hear me out. If you read into it and actually learn the lore of the story, it's actually pretty good. Like, look at this. I read this whole Reddit post and I still don't know what happened because Treyarch has never come out and said what the story actually was. Essentially, the player dies during the second mission and all of the missions after are Taylor's memories. So basically the player starts fusing their mind with Taylor's and the whole campaign is that. Now it's very messy. If you're really interested, I recommend that you read the thread I've linked down below. But since the campaign doesn't outright tell you the story, it's still shit. There's a goddamn prequel comic book for fuck's sake. Now the multiplayer. It's actually pretty great. Sure, it had supply drops that eventually got weapons in them, so it's kind of pay to win. But in my opinion, it's the best advanced move in COD by far. They also introduced a specialist, which I am not a huge fan of. Each specialist had 2 abilities, one for killing other players, and the other as a support type ability. You can get outfits for them from the supply drops, which now have a crypto key mechanic, where you earn keys by playing the game. But the best cosmetics is the ones you earn, i.e. hero gear and dark matter. You get hero gear by completing every specialist challenge, and you get dark matter by getting every gun gold. And I don't care what anyone says, dark matter is still the best camo of all time. But the multiplayer is fucked on all platforms now. On Xbox, there's serious server problems where it just kicks the players from the game. On PlayStation, it has invisible hackers that can't be killed. And on PC, it's the worst of all. Now, if you try to get into a game on PC and you're matched with someone who's using this mod client, They can remotely crash your game anytime you load it up. Yes, there are hacks that stop you from playing the game at all. Even if you just wanted to play zombies, you couldn't because they can just crash your game. Multiple YouTubers have made videos about this and still nothing from Treyarch. So that's why I'm playing with bots in this footage. Now zombies.
This is my masterpiece.
The zombies is undoubtedly the best in the franchise. No debate. It has my favorite map of all time, Shadows of Evil. Top 3 map Derisenjock, and top 10 maps Setsubo no Shima and Grad Krovi. Also it's got Revelations. Then just when you thought it couldn't get better, they add motherfucking Zombie Chronicles, which has 8 remakes of old maps like Origins, Moon, and Kino. God damn. Sure, they added Gobblegums, which some people say ruined the game. All I have to say to those people is wake up, it's not 2007 anymore. You can't just sit in the corner with that $1 grand. But you don't have to use the Gobblegums. This is where the zombies Easter eggs popped off, having banger after banger after banger. Maybe I'll do an in-depth zombie review someday, when the season pass isn't $50 8 years later. And I haven't even talked about the amazing custom zombie maps. You want something undiscernible from Treyarch maps? Here, take Leviathan and Kowloon. You want some insane challenge maps that are hard as balls? Here, take Octagonal Ascension. You want some meme maps that are kind of shit but amazing? Take Come of the Dead and Garfield's Lasagna. There's so much variety, you could play for days and not get bored. Now I have around 60 days played on Xbox and 8 days played on Steam, and I have played the campaign twice now. And you know what's bad? I can't even remember all the missions just a few days after playing them. So I'll give this campaign a 3 out of 10. I don't know what happened in the studio for this shit to come out. Even with the story explained, those are only theories. So guys, that was BO3. Sorry for taking so long to get this video out. The BO3 campaign is super long, and it was a chore to write the script for it. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, and drop a like for Infinite Warfare next. See ya.